Good morning from the 2026 Thorpe Park Merlin Pass holiday. Good morning to our first visit to Thorpe Park for the 2026 season. Looking forward to getting back on all the rides here at the park and seeing how they're all running. Once again, we're going to be heading to Hyperia first and seeing how this absolute beauty is riding this season. Taking a look at the skyline for the first time this season. Can't wait to get back on all the amazing rides and attractions the park has on offer and see any changes around the park for this season. We begin our update today by looking at the launch pad. This brand new seating area is open at the park later this year. We will get a closer look at this area later on in the day, but just showing you a nice aerial view from just outside the dome. We now have just over half an hour until the park will be opening for the Merlin Pass holders day in 2026. We have had a few opening hour changes for the park today. It was meant to open at 11 and shut at 5, but now it is opening at 10:30 and closing at 6. Great to see the park improving customer service by opening the park longer, so we have more time to experience the thrilling rides and attractions the park has on offer. Looking forward to getting around the park and seeing all the updates. And the car park looked nice and quiet this morning, so hopefully we're in for a good day for our first visit to the park this season. Absolutely awesome race 7 ride on Hyperia. This ride is running excellent this year, really fast and really intense and pretty smooth this year as well. Overall a great ride to start the season on the Golden Goddess. Few minutes to go until we experience our first ride of the season on Colossus. From the front row queue, so ready for a nice front row ride on this very old but classic headed version coaster from Lincoln. We are now just a few minutes away from experiencing the park's 2012 classic B&M Wing Coaster, the Swarm here at Thorpe Park. Looking forward to a nice back row ride to start the season on this awesome coaster.
Line if you are currently towards the back of the queue or just joining. Your approximate waiting time is now estimated at 20 to 25 minutes. Once again, if you are currently towards the back of the swarm queue line or just joining, approximate waiting time is now estimated around 20 to 25 minutes. Thank you.
After my front row ride on Colossus, I've just enjoyed a lovely back row intense ride on the Swarm. This ride is amazing, it provides some great forces and I love the hang time on the drop. Thoroughly enjoyed this wing coaster here at Thorpe Park Resort.
About my underpants.
Oh, no, I don't. Certainly not. So, why'd you do it, John? Why do you risk your underpants in these daredevil stunts?
Something's just my middle name, isn't it?
Is it?
John
just moments away from experiencing the intimate hydraulic launch coaster Stealth here at Thorpe Park. We have just experienced the absolutely amazing and extremely forceful Stealth here at Thorpe Park. One amazing ride. One of the changes here at Thorpe Park is the closure of the old Rapids ride, Rumble Rapids. It was a good ride, but I'm looking forward to see what will replace it. Looks like they're getting ready to remove most of the ride, and there's now construction walls up the whole way around. Looks like probably they've got some plans for it. Looking forward to keeping an eye on this project over the next few years. After a nice walk-on ride on Nemesis Inferno, we're going to be making things a little bit more spooky this afternoon at Thorpe Park as we leave the resort and head to Chapel Station on Ghost Train, currently advertised on a 10-minute queue. The actors were on point today on Ghost Train and we had an excellent ride. After that, I've just walked on to Detonator and plummeted over 100 feet above the Thorpe Park skyline. This attraction is very forceful and quite tall, as you can see. And I believe it is probably one of the best drop towers in the country. This is Detonator at Thorpe Park Resort. After a nice chicken nuggets and chips meal in Burger King here at Thorpe Park, we're continuing on this afternoon with a ride on Double D Party. Just wanted to make everyone aware that there are a few closures currently across Thorpe Park. These are Zodiac, Depth Charge and Tidal Wave in front of me. You may not be able to see, but if I zoom in, there is still some scaffolding on Tidal Wave, so this is likely to not open for at least a few more weeks. Thought I'd just make you guys aware if you are coming down over the next few weeks. Hopefully all these rides will be open by these holidays. But besides that, we're having an amazing time here at Thorpe Park. We're about to head on for a ride on the Fish. Another one of the updates across the park is the brand new launch pad seating area that the park are opening later this year. This is taking over the larger side of the beach, but don't worry, the smaller side of the beach will reopen next year. Looking forward to seeing how this seating area will be, and hopefully there'll be lots of themed food available in this nice and relaxing seating area, which will allow adventurers to rest and recharge before continuing their day here at Thorpe Park. Thought I'd just show you some concept art they've got on the construction walls. Looks like it's going to be quite an interesting new addition. Now going for a ride on the Mack Power Coaster, the Flying Fish here at Thorpe Park Resort. Looking forward to experiencing this fun, family-filled power coaster here at the park. And as it is a quiet day, I'm expecting to get quite a few laps in on this awesome coaster. Oh dude, only a 4-lap special today. Unfortunately not a 5-lap, but however this family coaster was really good and I did thoroughly enjoy my ride on the Flying Fish. I think now we're going to be heading over to Lost City to do the flat ride and then probably head on down to Saw the Ride to see that one for the first time this year. We're having an amazing day and getting on all the coasters. a few more better angles of the new launch pad seating area coming to the park this year. It's almost time to experience the park's S&S Scream and Swing Rush at Thorpe Park. After my excellent ride on the park's S&S Scream and Swing Rush, I just thought I'd mention Zodiac, which is another one of the planned closures that we do have at the start of the season here at Thorpe Park. However, it does look pretty much fully built and it's likely to be opening in the next few weeks. Looking forward to experiencing this attraction when it does reopen for the first time this season. Now about to go for a ride on the park's KMG Afterburner, it is Vortex. Looking forward to experiencing this highly intense flat ride here at Thorpe Park, and I do love the G-forces that this attraction does pull. Currently advertised at a 5-minute wait, let's go for a ride. I've just had a ride on the extremely intense KMG Afterburner at the park, Vortex. I do love that ride. You get some very high G-forces. However, I would not recommend riding if you do suffer with motion sickness. Now I'm about to go on the park's magic carpet ride, Quantum, and see how it's riding for the first time this year. I've loved getting back on all the rides and attractions across the park, and the park has had some great operations. Shout out to all the staff today, you're doing an amazing job. I've just had a nice and enjoyable ride on Quantum. For being a family flat, this attraction is actually quite intense and offers some nice forces. So now I have now done all 3 of the operational Lost City flats. I do love this area of the park, how it provides some filler attractions to take the queues away from the larger coasters. I do hope that some of the other Merlin parks do follow suit and install some filler attractions into the park to help improve the overall park capacity. Overall, great selection of flat rides here at Thorpe Park Resort. Here's some more shots of the park's 10 inversion coaster, Colossus. To get our first ride of the season on the park's Gerstlauer Eurofighter sort of ride. Currently advertised on a 10-minute queue. After quite a rough ride on Soar, we have now made our way over to Hyperia and found our feelers for the second time today. The ride was very intense as usual, but unfortunately I was on row 4, so that did mean that it was quite rough. We also had the added extra bonus of seeing ride comparisons in the station. Always great to see him, and don't forget to check out his vlog as well when it comes online. Once again, we have just ridden Hyperia, and this is the Golden Goddess. And with our ride on Hyperia, that does bring the end of the Merlin Pass Holders Day here at Thorpe Park. We've had an amazing day. I'll do a wrap up at the end of the vlog, but we've had an absolutely amazing day. Thank you so much to Thorpe Park for providing some great operations and making sure the rides are all nice and running smoothly for the 2026 season. This is Hyperia. And that brings us to the end of the 2026 Merlin Annual Pass Holders Day here at Thorpe Park. We've had an amazing day, managed to get on 15 rides including 2 on Hyperia. the park has had some great operations and it's been nice to get back in, see how all the rides are running, and check out the latest updates across the park. The next time we'll be back at Thorpe Park will be to take part in a VIP experience where I'll be climbing the lift hill of the Swarm. Very excited for that, so stay tuned for the vlog coming soon. Now get out there and keep riding and subscribing. We'll see you in the next video.